By now we have discussed how we can calculate the EOT, LOT values for each events, and how to draw the network, how we can calculate how we can find out the critical path and the activity times and floats. So the objective was to find out those activities which need to be considered for optimization of a particular project. Optimization here means that finding that duration of project which will yield minimum cost. So we know that there are certain cost components which there are certain cost components which are directly proportional to time, and there are other cost components which are inversely proportional to time. For example, the cost involved in labor, or if we are hiring certain equipments, then the rent for those equipments, the such costs are directly proportional to time. Means if we will increase the project time, this cost will increase, or if we decrease the project time, this cost will decrease. There are other components which are inversely proportional to time. For example, if we reduce the project time, then we need to use certain additional equipments, additional labor, and some special types of materials like rapid hardening cement. So that will lead to increase in the time, increase in the project cost. That means we are decreasing the time, and the cost is getting increased. So such cost components are inversely proportional to time. So the the project duration corresponding to the minimum, there has to be a minimum cost, and there has to be a duration corresponding to this minimum cost. So that duration for which the total cost of the project is minimum is known as optimum duration, and the cost associated with this minimum cost is known as the optimum cost. So what is the need of finding out this, like optimum duration, optimum cost? Is that we know that the primary purpose of any project is to finish that particular project in within a particular time, and the cost of that project should be minimum. We have discussed earlier that all the construction projects, civil engineering projects, infrastructure projects involve huge amount of huge amount of resources, which include resources like manpower, like huge amount of money is involved. So we want to know that what can be the minimum cost, what can be the duration which will yield to minimum cost. But there are certain instances where we are not concerned about the cost of the project. We are concerned about the duration of the project. For example, uh, in cases of emergency situations like war or floods, famines, earthquake, etc., there may be certain projects which need to be finished as early as possible. Recently, we saw that uh, that a hospital was built in China, Wuhan city, in a very short interval of time. So obviously, that would have required a huge amount of money. But in such cases, the amount of money involved, or the amount of resources involved, is not important. The primary concern is that the time, that is the project should be completed in in the duration which is as less as possible, like as we need the project to be completed as soon as possible. Now what we need is, so what we say is that this time is known as crash time, where the project will be completed in minimum time, but obviously the cost involved will be much higher. So, this entire process of finding out the optimum duration, minimum duration of the project, this is obtained by CPM crashing technique, which we'll be discussing using certain examples. But before that, let us see that what are the cost components. Like every project cost has two components: indirect cost and direct cost. Indirect cost can be further divided into fixed and variable cost. Here, as we can see here, fixed indirect cost means that this is the cost which is independent of the duration of the project or progress of the project. It includes initial expenditure like certain license fee, royalties, some kind of taxes, etc., which is independent of time. This variable indirect cost, as we have discussed, the time, which includes cost of providing amenities, interest on capital, or certain rent on a particular equipment, or rent of the offices, etc. So this is the variable indirect cost, which is directly proportional to the project time. So next we have is the direct cost. Direct cost is the amount of cost which is directly dependent on the amount of resources involved. That means if we want the project to be completed in lesser amount of time, then we need to put in more resources. That means, like, we if we want that a particular activity, a particular project has to be completed earlier, or less than, has to be completed in time which is less than the normal time, then we need to put in more labor, more materials, like materials like special materials like rapid hardening cement, special types of machineries. So this will increase the time, increase the cost. So this means that the direct cost is directly dependent on the resources, which inversely proportional to the amount of time involved. And the indirect cost, variable indirect cost, is directly proportional to the project time. So here we can see that the indirect cost in this graph, figure 1.32, that this indirect cost is increasing as the time is increasing. So if we see it from normal time, if we decrease the time from normal time, the indirect cost is decreasing and the direct cost is increasing. So there will be a certain point in between that will, where the total cost will add up this cost, so where total cost is minimum. So this instant of time where the total cost is minimum is known as optimum duration, and the cost corresponding to this is known as optimum cost or minimum cost. So let's come down to here. These are certain terms that we need to know. These are related to a particular activity. Now here, by this time we were talking about uh, the total project time, total project duration, or total project cost. Now, with reference to independent activities, the we'll talk about certain terms like normal cost, normal time. So for a particular activity, there is certain amount of time, normal time. So this normal time is that time which is the minimum time required to complete an activity at the normal cost. Or in other terms, if we are not using any special machinery, any special materials, normal amount of labor is involved. Under normal circumstances, the time required by any particular activity is known as normal time, and the cost corresponding to that time is known as normal cost, where we are not using those special equipment. We are using the minimum time employing and minimum labor which is required by that particular activity. So talking, so this is the normal time and normal cost. Now the next is crash cost. It is the cost of completing an activity by employing all possible means like overtime, extra resources, special materials. We can complete a particular activity in less than the normal time, but then we will have to we will have to employ certain amount of extra material, special equipments, extra labor, so that will increase the cost. So crash cost is always higher than normal cost. So the time corresponding to this cost is crash time, and this is the minimum time taken by that well, like taken by that particular activity, because how much amount, whatever amount of resources we put into a particular activity, we cannot complete a particular activity in less than that particular time, which is known as crash time. So this slope, so here in this graph we can see that here is the normal time for a particular activity. If we reduce this time to crash time, so here we can see the cost has increased. Corresponding to this crash time, the cost is crash cost. Corresponding to this normal time, the cost is normal cost. So this slope is known as cost slope. So which is crash cost, the ratio of difference in crash cost and normal cost to the difference of normal time and crash time. So when we draw a network for the purpose of optimization, when we draw this network, we write this normal time, crash time, and cost slope on that particular network itself. Like in this figure, we can see the encircled the encircled amount, the encircled number here. Like in for activity A, the encircled number is 50. So this 50 is the cost slope. This means this means that for every for one, if we reduce the time of activity A by 1 day, then rupees 50 will be added to the direct cost, right? If we reduce the time required by activity A by 1 day, then rupees 50 will be added to the direct cost. This means this is the meaning of cost flow. Like here we can see that for activity A we have written 5 and 3. This means 5 days is the normal time for activity A, and 3 days is the crash time for activity A. This means that the duration of activity A cannot be reduced more than 2 days. That means normal time is 5 days and crash time is 3 days. Then at the how much we try, we cannot reduce the duration of activity A by 2. Like we cannot bring the duration to less than 3. Before we go into how we have what is the crashing of mathematical model of network, like, just look here. Now we will see what was the need of finding out those critical activities that we like figured out, we calculated the total duration of the project and all in the previous examples. So we know that the critical activities are those activities which lie in the critical path, and if we change the duration of critical activities, then the entire project duration is changed. This is the meaning of critical activities. So crashing of mathematical model means we will gradually reduce the total project duration, gradually reduce the total project duration, and find out the cost corresponding to, like the time corresponding to the minimum cost. But for that purpose, we know that for reducing the project time, we need to reduce the duration of critical activities only, as the total project duration is governed by the critical activities only. We will take up an example to find like to solve this problem. For so here we see the critical activities are those activities which govern the total project duration. So what we'll do is, we'll first of all we'll find out, considering the normal time of the project, we'll find out the total project duration. Then we'll see which are the critical activities for that project. And when we find out the critical activities, we'll take up those critical activities and reduce their duration one at a time. And finally, when we find out that all the like although we cannot reduce the duration any further, what we'll do is, then or we have crashed all the activities, we have crashed all the critical activities, and further reduction in time does not yield to any change in the project duration, then we stop this reduction in time. So this will see by, we'll just take up this example and see how we calculate the total project duration also, and the minimum cost of the project or optimum time of the project.